Good evening, Predicted family. Don Ritchie here, bringing you another quick market recap. And today is a special one because today was a Fed day, and we love Fed days here at Predicted Trades. So, our strikes of choice today were the 445 call and the 435 put on SPY. And we're going to run it through our system right here, real quick. Again, for our newer folk, this is found here in our Discord group, Beast Chains, and the predicted trade plans. Get your numbers from here, right? Come over here, edit your studies, edit this study, and input your numbers. I have the numbers already set for both sides, as we've covered this in other videos. So let's just dive in. So SPY opened here at about 440, and it was gapping up at this point. We opened up pretty close here to our squeeze cloud tops. At open, we just had the 2-hour holding us down, and the 4-hour above that. And again, we opened kind of high here. We got that from the previous day, so you know we're suspect of a drop, right? Kind of close to out the gate. But again, you know, we get a pop to complete the move here to the top of the squeeze. Our 445 start paying immediately. Held zone. This is our B zone right here. This red dotted line and this tealish dotted line. We take off. Right, held B zone here. Get a couple minutes for your entry. And we get a nice clean $1.30. Maybe you get in around $1.40, $1.50. And not a bad way to start your day, right? Quick buck. Again, cash out here. And, you know, at this point, we're ready, right? We know or have a pretty strong feeling that this market's about to come down. Start to stall out here at this 2-hour compression top. And we begin to lose value, right? At the same time here on the put side with our system, puts faded right to our beast buying zone and held. We got our entry here about a $1.20, $1.25, and we get a nice clean move, right? Very nice clean double here to our take profit. And again, we begin to fade, right? We come back down here, hit last week's low, and we start to lose some steam. And again, we're immediately looking back to the call, seeing where we're at. We lost our initial beast level right here, came down to our beast bottom, and continue to hold this zone. Right, if we got in a little high, that's okay. You average down some. Catch the bounce here at last week's low, and then bam, we're taking off. If your entry was anywhere in here, in this zone, call it about a buck. You know, you start to move, and we're working our way up to a quick 50% or so. Again, you know, we're always looking for these higher percentages with this system, but we got to keep it smart too, right? We start to chop here a little bit as we are chopping here a VWAP on the equity, and it's a Fed day. We know we're going to chop until Uncle Powell comes out at 2 p.m. You know, it happens every time. You get some initial good morning legs, and then market goes to sleep until Powell comes on. So again, we're getting pickier here, right? We start to lock some gains, 50%, 60% or so, that's okay, right? And we're a little shaky. And again, on the put side, you know, we've come back down here to our beast buying zone, and we're starting to hold. And we're getting that VWAP chop, right? Or as I like to call it, the lunch chop. And again, you know, we already know what we're doing here for the Fed day. We love to play both sides and to get this huge range back and forth, right? And again, we set our range here early on in the morning. We like the strikes we picked. And we start to go to work, right? We start to load positions on both sides. This is how we like to play the Fed day here. Both sides are holding beast, right? So we load up. Again, we would have picked up here in this beast zone, especially as it was holding. Got a quick pop. Offloaded some, right? We're talking here. Maybe you got in for a buck or so. Oh, $1.40. You know, that's already a great percentage. You know, we'll lock some. Pay for some of this position, right? Held beast. Boom. 1.6. Maybe lock another. Again, calls also holding, and we have a plan, right? We're holding through Powell. We're trying to get this move on both sides. Do we know it's going to happen yet? Not for sure, but we've seen it plenty of times. So this is what we're playing. Again, we're here, we're loaded. Powell comes on. I'll zoom this in a little bit. And we're holding, right? We're holding these squeezes. We're holding our highs of the previous day, the previous week. Or I'm sorry, this week, previous day, last week's low. We've also got now formed, as we are chopping here at lunch, a 30-minute, the 2-hour as well, and we still have the 4-hour here stacked, right? We have a lot of pressure, just coiling, coiling, coiling. So again, we get our initial pop, right? And again, boom, we explode off of beast here. Lock, lock, lock. We're locking some, right? Again, we didn't reach this target profit, but you know, if we're working our way off from $1.30, maybe a little lower over here, you know, we're definitely locking close to a double, right? We lock some, and we catch a fade, right? We know this fade is coming. We still are keeping some as well because we're suspect we might flash right back, right? And we're willing to accept now the risk of our runners because we have paid for the position from here to up here, right? We have now just paid runners. So equity starts to lose it, right? Top to bottom of these clouds, and the puts start to pay, right? We hit our target profit, our take profits here, right? I think my entry down here was about like 65 cents actually, or 75 cents. I even picked a lot up down here as we lost beast for a moment, but again, we knew it was going to be turbulent as Powell was speaking. And then bam, we get our move, right? I mean, you know, we have take profits here, but I'm locking profits along the way, right? My entry was super low, so I'm locking some around 100%, right? Around this level here, I was locking some because we rejected it a couple times, but again, you know, we're shooting for the fences here. Again, higher, we're locking, we're locking, we're locking. Eat some a little bit, right? And this is where we start getting a little bit excited about our calls. They're starting to move and groove. Well, what happens? Market ultimately continues to go lower, and you know, we end up eating some of these to zero, but that was always part of the plan, right? Because ultimately on this side we got from under a buck, $2, we worked our way to $3, right? We have paid runners at this point. We have paid for this position here, here. I was paying for it down here as well, and higher. Paid runners, paid runners. I think I ended up running out of contracts around here, but again, you know, we had our take profits, we had our burger here ready, and boom, you know, we get to this burger bottom, hit some turbulence as we would expect, and just reload and keep going higher, right? Over 6. You know, had I really held on to that, probably looking at like 1,000% there all the way to the end. But you know, can't be mad for about 65 cents to about $4 that I got out, I think was my last one. Can't be mad about that. And again, you know, we were willing to accept that either some of these final ones on the puts or some of the final ones on the calls were going to be at zero. I was honestly suspect that we would actually base and go higher. I thought these were the ones that were going to pay, but as the Fed kept talking, they kind of gave us the hints that it was not so good. And again, boom, right? Didn't matter the prediction. We were ready for both sides, and we got paid. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope you got some value in this. Any questions on our system, again, please direct message us or ask in the question section. And I'll see you guys in the chat.